Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It's August 13th right now. So a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about today, really quick. We'll try to make this video quick. Is Hive delays its filings for the annual report. We'll go into that. We'll also look at some numbers that they're posting right now. Bitcoin is bouncing back up today. We have the Golden Cross coming as well today, and we'll also talk about a scams alert from one website that I think might be kind of worthwhile. We're also going to talk about mining difficulty is going to be adjusted or has been adjusted, and we'll talk about what that actually represents for the miners and things like that. But first, why don't we get into the sticks? So here we're looking at Bitcoin on the daily chart. We're looking at Bitcoin has bounced obviously to 46,400 roughly. We are also looking at the Golden Cross here, which looks like it's going to happen today and into tomorrow. So if that happens, we should, in theory, see a nice spike up for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the coming weeks, as long as the trend holds true and we don't dip back down below the 200-day on the 50-day moving average. So right now, we're having a good setup for a nice bull run, I think this fall and into the winter, where we could see Bitcoin reach 100,000, 150, 200,000, nobody really knows. But we're setting up nicely for it, so I think we're getting there. Let's take a look at Doge. Doge has bounced also nicely on the day chart. It is up to 27.8 cents right now, so it's up 5%. Stellar is up as well. It's up. It's actually doing really good. It's way up above the 200-day moving average, and it is at 36 cents roughly. So it's up in, about 10% over in the last day. Litecoin is at 181. It is up above its 200-day moving average as well. And we may see the Golden Cross on Litecoin coming up here. I'm guessing probably in the next week. Probably within the next week or so, we should have a Golden Cross on Litecoin as well. So that's good news. We'll keep an eye on it. Like I said, I think everything's going to be going up right now. We're going to be in a bull market heading into the fall. Let's take a Cardano. Cardano is just pumping right now. I'm excited to see this. I'm actually finally positive. In the last couple of months, I've been negative with Cardano. I bought in a little high, but I've been holding on to it, buying in a little bit more as I can. So we are up to $2.06 right now. It is up almost 12.5% right now on the day chart. I think it's getting a little bit overbought on the daily chart. You can see on the RSI we're at 87.63. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. I think there might be a little healthy pullback coming up. So I think this is being driven by the news of the smart contracts coming to it in the coming weeks. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum is up also 6.5% in the day chart, and we are battling with this line here at 32.50, 32.40. We saw it touch it a couple days here in a row. Hopefully we can break through it today and into tomorrow. Hive Blockchain is up. Oh, good. It is now up 327. So it is up 16 cents pre-market right now. Early on, I was looking at it, it was actually even. So it's kind of good to see that this is obviously pumping because of Bitcoin is going up as well. I guess the news hasn't affected it that much in the pre-market we'll get into it, with Hive delaying its announcement for its earnings. Marathon Digital is also up pre-market to 35.15, so it's up $1.31 or 3.87%. Coinbase is also up 261.80 in pre-market. It is up $5.30. Let's see what else do we have here. Bitfarms. Let's look at Bitfarms. Bitfarms is up also to 688 pre-market, so it's up 37 cents or 5.5% roughly. So we'll have to keep an eye on these, see what they do during the day and into next week. So why don't we get into the news right now? So Bitcoin mining difficulty jumps second time as miners settle offshore. We talked about this earlier in some of my other videos that all the miners that have been moving from China are going to be basically finding new homes someplace else, whether it's the US, Canada, Kazakhstan, Russia, wherever. Those miners are definitely going to be getting back into the network. So difficulty is obviously going to increase. We've also reported on Hive, Bitfarms, Mara, all installing new miners in addition to what they already have. So the hash rate is going to go way up, which means the difficulty is also going to go way up, which means they're going to be mining less or generating less coins because of it. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see here. So here's what the story says. Bitcoin mining difficulty took a second jump following the dip in mid-July as mining ecosystems continues its recovery. The mining difficulty of the Bitcoin network took a dive after China had announced a crackdown on mining operations, which at its peak contributed to 3/4 of the global hash rate. The latest data from BTC.com shows an ongoing spike in Bitcoin's mining difficulty starting from June 17, 2021. As miners from China slowly settled down in crypto-friendly countries, the Bitcoin ecosystem witnessed a 13.77 increase in mining difficulty in 2 consecutive jumps, exceeding the 15 terahashes for the first time since the second week of June. The next adjustment is expected to commence on August 27th, estimated to surge the difficulty to 15.63 terahash. I think it's going to be possibly even higher because you got all these companies buying up, these miners are being installed. I think they might be actually higher than that. We'll keep an eye on it as well. Before China's crackdown on local miners, Bitcoin mining difficulty peaked at 25 terahash. The sudden decline in the number of Chinese miners had lessened the competition in confirming the blocks. This allowed the existing miners on the network to make higher profits, which is true. I saw it with my own miners. We saw it in the data posted by Mara, Hive, and everybody else that they're making obviously better money on the miners that they have. Data from Statista shows that China's contribution toward Bitcoin BTC mining has reduced to nearly 46%, while the U.S. has been picking up the slack, almost 17% of the global mining hash rate, which we've talked about before. Everybody that was in China is moving off to other countries. In a CNBC story on the matter, quantum economics crypto analyst Jason Dean highlighted the network's latest difficulty adjustment mechanism has made it 7.3% less profitable to mine Bitcoin. So we'll obviously have to update some of our spreadsheets that we've been doing on mining profitability for Mara, Hive Blockchain, and Bitfarms. Excuse me. Concluding the discussion, Mike Collier, CEO of Foundry, a New York-based digital cryptocurrency group, said, "There is an enormous amount of machines coming out of China that need to find new homes," which we knew that. Collier also believes the new generation of mining rigs is more efficient and would double the hash rate for the same amount of electricity, which is true. You're seeing obviously an announcement, you'll read about it here in a little bit here from Hive, that they're buying 1,800 miners to be installed next year. I think it was Bitfarms that ordered like 40,000 of miners to be installed next year of the newest generation. So we're obviously going to see a lot of hash rate increase in the network. China's move against Bitcoin, excuse me, China's move against Bitcoin mining was credited to energy concerns due to the electricity consumption of mining operations. Following the crackdown, Canada, Kazakhstan, Russia, and the U.S. came forward as the best options. All right, let's take a look at Hive Blockchain. So Frank Holmes and company posted a news release this morning. They are kicking the can down the road again for their annual reporting, which was supposed to come out yesterday. They didn't provide it. So let's see here. So Hive is pleased to announce that it has ordered 1,800 Antminer S19J Pro miners from Bitmain Technologies. These new miners have an aggregate hash power of 180 petahash per second. So the miners are mining at 100,000 gigahash. I think it's gigahash that we're calculating. Hive is proud to reconnect with Bitmain, one of the leading manufacturers in our industry, and is excited to make the initial order of S19J Pro miners from Bitmain. These 1,800 miners are the first of our 2022 mining purchase program and will be delivered in 6 equal tranches of 300 miners commencing in January 22 through June 22 as well. So I'll update my spreadsheet on that, and then we'll recalculate things. I have to update my spreadsheet a little bit too as well. I think I want to make it a little bit better, make it easier to update when pricing changes and difficulty changes. So stay tuned for that. Frank said, "We are constantly upgrading our ASIC fleet to have the most efficient miners we can buy from cash flow." Frank Holmes, executive chairman of Hive, continued, "This purchase with Bitmain enables us to maintain our strategy to diversify the manufacturers we purchased from. Over the past year, we have been expressing our concerns about global shortages in chips and logistics delays in shipping equipment from Asia due to COVID-19. We have deep relationships with Bitmain, MicroBT, Cana, which are all top global manufacturers in our industry. Today's miner purchases announcement is a continuation of our monthly strategy to increase our Bitcoin mining capacity. Hive intends to continue utilize cash flow to make opportunistic investments and upgrade our fleet of BTC and ETH mining equipment on a regular monthly basis. And then here's the biweekly status. Hive is also announcing that it expects to file its annual financial statements and accompanying management's discussion and analysis for the fiscal year ended March 31st, 2021. So we're 6 months past due. Collectively, the annual filings on or before August 26th. We'll have to see if that happens. The operational and reporting challenges associated with our global multi-jurisdictional organization are being resolved for timely reporting in the future. I mean, yeah, sure, okay, you're across different regions, different continents, different countries, but you still should have an end date for when you report. Then you can figure out how much did you mine, how much do you spend, what's your income, what's your expenses, which vendors you owe money. That shouldn't be hard to figure out, so I'm surprised that they're having such a difficult time with this. They need to get their act together with this. It's hurting the shareholders that are in Hive right now, I think, because of it. I think the stock should be up a lot higher, but because they are kicking the can down the road a little bit too long, the stock is suffering because of it. Hive management confirms that it's working diligently to meet the company's obligations relating its annual filings, and that since it announced a delay of its filings, there is no material change to the information set out in the filings notice that has been generally disclosed, and there has been no failure by the company in fulfilling its stated intentions with respect to satisfying the provisions of the alternative information guidance set up. Then we have a HODL update. Presently, we have 25,000 Ethereum in cold wallets and 875 BTC. We are continuing to HODL all our Bitcoins which have been mined with green energy. Our current inventory of coins invested in BTC and ETH are valued at 100 million. That's great. That is actually really good news. I think as the price of Bitcoin goes up, that 100 million could be 150, 200 million within a couple months. So that's good news. As mentioned in our previous press release, our annual run rate at today's Bitcoin price and difficulty is approximately 220 million. So they were saying that earlier, they were saying 200 million, so they're up 20 million for the run rate for the year. Our next milestone is to hit 1 exahash in BTC mining by the end of the month, and that actually coincides with the calculations I did. So I actually looked at what the miners are supposed to get, when they're supposed to get them, and it actually matches up with what I have right now. So I think right now my spreadsheet is looking pretty good. And then this is just about Hive and stuff like that. So Frank and Holmes and company, please get your act together, get the filings done, get it to the shareholders so we can see what's actually going on. So that's it for that one. And then just a quick one on cryptocurrency scams. I would highly recommend anybody that's involved in crypto right now read about this. This is pretty good. It's on CNET. Cryptocurrency pump and dump schemes, everything you should know about these scams. They go into a lot of details on it. What is a pump and dump scam? If you don't know already, you can learn it here. How does the scam work with cryptocurrencies? Usually you have somebody that's been paid by a coin or something like that, and then they'll pump it, and then they'll make money on it by dumping it later on. So here's an example of what some cryptocurrency pump and dumps is. In July, 4 members of the Fuzzy clan participated in a pump and dump for a token called Save the Children. The programmers, along with other influencers, pushed the coin to their followers. Once the price increased, they began selling off the tokens they were given to be the part of the scam, with some making an estimated $30,000 on the pump and dump scam. Are pump and dump scams illegal? For stocks, yes. For cryptos, no. And then how do you avoid them? Obviously, do your own research. Make sure that you check everything out. Do your own due diligence on anything that you invest in. Obviously, this is also not financial advice for my channel. This is more for educational, entertainment purposes, just to kind of fill you guys in on what's going on. But don't get scammed by these guys. No matter how much the FOMO is going on, do your own research on the coins, on the offerings or anything like that. Don't trust anybody that's just, commenting on YouTube or Twitter, whatever it might be. Do your own research, folks. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to update the Hive Blockchain spreadsheet that I have. I'll probably post some updated earnings for them for the next year with these latest 1,800 miners that they're buying. And we'll go from there. We'll also look into possibly, I think, of Riot. I'm going to look into Riot, see what Riot is mining, how many miners they have, what the profitability is like. We'll also look at some other ones, I think, as well. So stay tuned. If you like these videos, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Hit the like button as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.